Hey everyone, my name is Aaliyah and I am the owner of Lioncourt Studio. Today I'm doing my makeup. I don't know exactly what type of look I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna do something. So I think I'm just gonna do like a regular, like everyday type of look. Nothing like too complicated. All right, so I originally wanted to make this a live video, but you have to have a certain number of subscribers to be able to do that. So I'm just gonna record this video and I'm just gonna upload it without editing it or anything like that. And hopefully, yeah, I don't know. We're just gonna do it that way. And I'm going to be telling you all the products that I'm using and just kind of, I don't know, like talking about what I've been doing lately and like what this channel is about and stuff like that. So I'm going to be doing some skincare first. So I'm actually going to use this e.l.f. Dewy Coconut Setting Mist. I really like to start off with a facial mist for prepping your skin. Even though this says, setting mist, this doesn't really set your makeup. This is not something that sets your makeup. It might melt your makeup into place, but it definitely does not set it. I know a lot of people say not to use products with like alcohol in them, but because it dries out your skin and stuff like that, but that's what sets your makeup. Like that's what sets your makeup. Back in the day, people used to use hairspray on their face to set their makeup. So like a setting spray typically has alcohol in it, a little bit, and a setting spray typically, there are non-alcohol setting sprays, but yeah, setting sprays also create a very, very, very thin but flexible film or barrier over your skin. And that barrier is what, you know, like sets and locks in your makeup. This does not have the right ingredients to actually do that. So yeah. But it is hydrating and it feels nice on the skin. So I like to start off with that. And then I'm gonna use this Advanced Snail 96 Mucin Power Essence. I love this, and I love these products, these snail mucus products. This is by the brand COSRX. I have my son in the room with me, so I'm gonna have to cut the video and restart if he like makes too much noise or if he gets tired and needs to go to his own room or something like that. But yeah, I love this. It just makes your skin so soft and smooth, and it's just perfect. And I just love snail mucus products. Like, they're always so nice on the skin. They also have a face wash as well. Actually, they have all kinds of products, but I've used the face wash before and I love the serum. So I'm gonna let that dry down on my skin. And I'm gonna use the only eye primer that I have ever really used. And that is the Urban Decay Primer Potion. I love this so much. It is so perfect. Hence why I've been using it since I was a teenager. And I use the anti-aging one because the anti-aging one and the regular one work the same way. So it's like, okay, if they work the same way, might as well do the anti-aging one. And I feel like for somebody like me, I have hooded eyes. So it's really important if you already have hooded eyes to make sure that you're using anti-aging products on your eyelids, because you know, when you get older, your skin starts to kind of sag or whatever, and wrinkle. And I feel like when you have hooded eyes, it gets worse. It gets a lot worse. So while all that's like settling into my skin, I'm gonna do my eyebrows, and I like to use the e.l.f. Well, right now I'm using the e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. I don't have preferences really when it comes to brow pencils, but these, like as far as like a certain specific product, like I'm not someone that's like, ooh, I only use this brow product, but there are certain things that I do look for. So one of the things that I look for in a brow product is I like when they have, when it's like a twist up. I don't want to have to sharpen a brow product for myself. I don't mind doing it for other people, but if I'm going to do it on myself and it's a product for me, I would much rather twist it up. So, and then the other thing is, this is how small it is. So I like it to be, you know, thin. I like it to be small. If I see a product and it says ultra precise fine pencil, or yeah, like smallest, finest brow tip or whatever, then I'm gonna use it because that's also what I look for. But anyway, so on this channel, like once I have a certain amount of subscribers, I want to be able to do some live videos of me, you know, doing my own makeup, or I don't know, just doing certain things that have to do with beauty, that are like beauty related. I do have shorts vlogs. So I do have like little vlogs available that are going to be available on this channel for you guys, but they're going to be in the form of shorts. They're not going to be video vlogs because, like, I thought about it and I really don't have the time to edit that. I really don't have the time to do that, because you have to get the videos off of your phone and get them onto a computer. Or that's what I have to do, because if I'm going to do that, I have to do it on a computer or a laptop. Oh Lord, here he goes. Do you hear him? Here he goes. So you have to do all that, and then once you do all that, you edit it, save it, upload it to YouTube. It's like, depending on how long the video is, depending on your internet connection, like it can take forever to upload. And it's just, and then like all the editing and all that, it just takes a long time, and I just do not have time for that. So that's why I want to do the shorts vlogs, because it's just a lot easier, and they're like 3 minutes max. I do have a lot to do today, so I'm gonna be skipping a couple of steps just to be able to get this makeup done for today. But yeah, I'm gonna have shorts vlogs. When I'm able to go live, I'll go live. And until I'm able to go live, I'm just gonna be doing videos like this instead. This is the 24-hour brow setter from Benefit. Okay, the only reason why I like to get this is because I love the brush. I love the way that the brush looks. That's really the only reason why I get this. But next time, I think that I will probably just purchase a cheaper brow gel and just keep this brush. Oh my God, I just know he's gonna hit his head and he's gonna start crying. I already know it. I already know it. But yeah, like, I'm not too picky when it comes to brow gels for myself, because my eyebrows are not very stubborn. Like, they're pretty easy to manipulate and work with. So yeah. Another thing that you can do is you can literally just put some hairspray onto like a spoolie or a brush. You can even put some hairspray onto, let's see if I can, you can take some, put some hairspray onto something like this, and then just do that, and it'll literally do the same thing, and it'll actually hold a lot better. The only bad thing is that it's gonna make your brow hairs feel really hard and stiff. Okay, so I'm gonna put this Omega water cream from the Inky List. This is the first product that I've ever tried, and the only product that I've ever tried from the Inky List, and I really do like this moisturizer. Their products seem to be pretty affordable, so I would definitely consider trying more of their stuff. Okay. So, with Lioncourt Studio, so basically, Lioncourt Studio is a business that I have started. And I started it, and then I got pregnant, and I kind of had like a difficult pregnancy. So when I started it, once I got to a certain point in my pregnancy, I just had to stop. You know, I just had to stop and make it unavailable for people because I was just too big, too tired. My body was aching. It was just too many, it was just too much, right? So I had to do that. And now I am like 8 months after giving birth. I am now basically reintroducing and restarting my business. And I think it's the perfect time to do this because I'm moving to another state. I'm actually moving to the Baltimore area. Right now I live in Connecticut, and I'm gonna be moving to the Baltimore area. So I feel like it's like the perfect time for me to do this because whenever you have like an LLC and you move to a different state, you have to transfer your LLC, but not all states will accept that. And so depending on what state you're moving to, you have to actually dissolve your LLC and create a whole new one. So Maryland is one of those states. So I'm gonna have to dissolve and create a whole new one. And so I feel like, okay, well, that's what I have to do. Then this is like literally the perfect time to like restart and reintroduce my brand. And plus, like, I'm moving, so it makes me feel like I have a fresh start, which I love. So the three moments where I feel like I have a fresh start is obviously like New Year's, because everybody's in the mood of like, you know, New Year, new me, and New Year's resolutions and stuff like that. Whenever I move somewhere, even if I'm not moving to another state, if I'm just moving into another place, it makes me feel like I have like a fresh start and like a clean slate. And then also in October, like October is the time where I feel like October is like the new year for me. October is like a time where I feel like the most inspired, and that's usually the time when like I come up with like the best ideas and stuff like that. So yeah. So yeah, I have to dissolve my LLC and restart it. And so for the past few days, I've been really working on my business so that I can get it ready to launch. And I feel like people don't understand how much work it takes, especially if you're not paying somebody else to do certain things. So like one of the major things when it comes to starting a business is obviously you want to make sure you have all the products and supplies that you need. I already have that. There's a couple of things that I do want to purchase, a couple more things that I want to purchase, but for the most part, I have what, you know, I actually need. So the thing that I've been working on is like, how am I going to get it out there? Like, how are people going to know what I'm trying to do? Also, I don't know if I said this already, but Lioncourt Studio is a makeup business, a makeup company. So I'm going to be doing people's makeup as a freelance makeup artist. I'm also going to be offering like classes and workshops on how you can, you know, do your makeup yourself. I'm also going to be selling products as well. I'm also planning on putting a blog on my website, a beauty blog, where you can just read about beauty related stuff. So that's what that is, because I don't even know if I already mentioned that or not, but that's what it is. So anyway, like I already have everything that I like need as far as like supplies and stuff, but then I'm just like, okay, well, how are people gonna find me? Well, you know, you have to do like advertising and stuff like that. And nowadays, the best way to advertise is social media advertising. So what that means is you basically have to become a content creator so that your page stays active, so that people can organically like visit, you know, your page and get directed to your page and your videos and your photos and stuff like that. And on top of all of that, you still have to potentially run ad campaigns. And people just seem to not realize like how much work and time goes into doing this. A lot of people that start a business don't really put a lot of work into their social media because they don't understand how essential it is for a business, especially if it's a business where people have to go onto a website to receive services or products from you. So I've been working on my social media accounts. So YouTube is like going to be a lot more casual for me. Like YouTube is really just for fun. It's going to be related to my business, this channel, but like it's really more for fun. Because I like YouTube, but like I also have an Instagram page. I also have a TikTok page. I also have a Facebook page. I have a page on the Neighborhood app. Now, Neighborhood app, I'm not gonna be like, you know, taking that super seriously, but like those are the top 3 pages where I'm literally gonna have to be a content creator so that people can, you know, find me, and so that they can find me organically. So, and doing that takes a lot of time and effort because you have to take the pictures or the video, you have to edit it, you have to come up with the caption and the hashtags that's going to do well for that particular social media platform. And you can't take the same video and upload the exact same one on each platform because each platform has different types of users, and those users, like the type of people that are on Facebook, are not the same type of people that are on TikTok a lot. So if I have a video and I upload it onto, you know, I'm gonna just use this for an example. I could upload this video here to YouTube and just upload it as is, and it can be like a nice long, like detailed video, like no cuts, no edits or whatever. And there's going to be some people that are going to watch it. Now, if I upload this to Facebook, you know, people don't go on Facebook to watch hour-long videos. So I would have to do a lot of edits and cut it down a lot. Then on Instagram, I would have to cut it down even more and like, you know, maybe add like different kind of music, like trending sounds and trending music or whatever. And then for TikTok, I would have to cut it down even more and speed up certain things, because on TikTok, people have short attention spans. So you have to take whatever content you have and adjust it to the platform. You know, you have to write different captions, use different hashtags for each platform, because it might not work, you know, for one platform, but it might work for the other. Okay. In addition to basically having to become a content creator and keeping up with like the analytics and trends and stuff like that, you know, my business is the type of business where you have to go online in order to book appointments, in order to purchase things and stuff like that. So obviously I have to create a website. So there's a difference between a website that's just been thrown together versus something that's actually really nice and professional. So you know how like those small local businesses, they might have their own website, but like you go to their website and it's super basic, right? Or even like a lot of makeup artists, when you go to their website, it's very basic. It's one page. It's literally like one page and you can click to book and it'll take you to the booking page, and that's like literally it, right? Just really basic, really like bare bones, you know, and it might look nice for, you know, some makeup artists might make it look really nice, but it's really like a bare bones, like kind of like thrown together type of website usually is what I see. So, you know, you've seen those type of like sites before from like local businesses versus like super professional sites from like really large businesses such as Amazon or Target or whatever, right? Like there's a huge difference between those websites versus the websites that are thrown together. Like you can immediately tell the difference. Well, for me, you know, I want to make sure that I have a really good website, because that's where my clients are going in order to like book with me and to purchase things from me. And I really want to like stand out, and I want them to have the impression that I have a lot to offer and that I know what the hell I'm doing, and that, you know, there's something about me that stands out from the rest of the other like beauty service providers. So I am actually trying to work on a really nice, really professional website. And I am not a web designer. I'm also not paying anybody to design my website. I'm literally doing this myself. I've been watching videos and taking like little courses and stuff on web design. I am literally learning web design while I'm designing a website. And that takes a lot of time, because, you know, this is not something that I'm actually experienced in, and I don't want to pay somebody else to do it. So I have to do it myself. But I want it to look really nice, so it's going to take a lot of time for somebody like me that doesn't have web designing experience. Because, like I said, it's not just going to be a website where you can just book an appointment. It's going to be a website where you can also purchase products, where you can take like makeup classes, where you can take a look at, you know, my portfolio and what I'm capable of doing. Are you okay? Are you okay? So that takes a lot of work and time. And, you know, creating online courses, that takes a lot of work because you want it to look really professional. Like, you don't want to create an online course and it's literally just a video like this where I'm just doing my makeup and talking. Like, no, you want it to be super professional. You want it to look official, like, you know what I mean? So, like, creating the online course and then trying to put it into your website, making sure the website is not only desktop friendly, but mobile friendly. Like, all of that. It's a lot of work getting a website started when you're not a web designer. Yeah, I understand why web designers get paid the way that they get paid. They should probably get paid more, actually. And then the other thing with the website, like, you have to make sure that the domain that you want is available. You have to purchase your domain so that you can, like, own it, basically. It's so much. And then also the other thing that I've been working on is making sure that I have what I need for when I get my taxes done. You know, because, you know, you still have to pay taxes, except it's more complicated. And in order to reduce the amount of taxes you're having to pay, you have to keep up with all of your receipts, all of your everything that you bought and everything that you made. Hey, everything that you made as far as, you know, like making money from people, you know, doing services and selling products and stuff. You have to keep up with all of that so that you can get your tax write-off, so that you don't have to pay so much in taxes. And so that you could potentially maybe get some money back. And you have to pay your taxes. You can't not pay your taxes, because it will come back around. Actually, I'm not gonna do the lashes yet. And so in order to do that and make it easier, I have to create, like, financial statements, balance sheets, profit and loss sheets, basically like stuff like that, so that whenever I purchase something or whenever I make money, I can easily just input that in, and I can have, like, a log of everything. You just want people to hear you, don't you? I can have, like, a log of everything, and everything is, like, organized so that, you know, I'm getting the most out of my tax return, if I get a return. It's more than just keeping a pile of receipts. If you, as a business owner, if all you do is just keep a pile of receipts and use that to, like, figure out your taxes, you're literally gonna make it harder for yourself. I also have to figure out, like, how am I gonna advertise? How am I gonna market myself? You know what I mean? Other than just posting on social media. I'm gonna have to run ad campaigns. I'm gonna have to see if I can be put on, I don't remember what it's called exactly, but it's basically this thing where like you can create like actual physical paper ads, and you can pay to get those delivered to residential addresses within a certain area. So it's like, you know, I might have to do that. You know, obviously running online ad campaigns as well. You know, maybe doing some things in person, like, you know, going to certain events. Maybe going to like conventions and setting up a vendor table or something like that. Going to like wedding expos and beauty expos, and like just having to do a lot of that type of stuff in person. I'm probably gonna have to join a like a small business, what do they call it? Like a small business club, I guess. And basically what that is, a lot of cities have them, especially like major cities. And basically what it is if you're a small business, you join that club and you do have to pay a fee. I don't know if it's like a yearly fee or a monthly fee, but you have to pay like a fee. And basically you'll have like a meeting maybe every week or every month or something like that. And at those meetings, you sit in, you represent your business, and you just really network with other local businesses. And on top of networking with other local businesses, they usually have like presentations on how you can improve your business. So I'm gonna have to do all of that, like in person, like networking type of stuff. You know, I'm gonna have to have business cards, you know, QR codes printed on things that I can give people. You know, as a person who is a makeup artist, I think that's extremely important to walk around in public with your makeup done always, and for it to look really nice, because once somebody says something or compliments your makeup, that's an opportunity for you to be like, well, I'm a makeup artist. Here's my card. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna have to create that. I might even go so far as to create like a little like decal or magnet or something that I can put on the back of my car, so that if I'm stuck in traffic, the person behind me can, you know, be exposed to my business. And even if they don't need to use my business, you know, maybe they'll remember the name, like while they're driving, while they're stuck in traffic and they're behind my car, they may see, you know, okay, makeup artist Lioncourt studio. They may not think anything of it, but maybe sometime in the future, like a friend of theirs might be like, oh man, I'm gonna get married, or, you know, I'm gonna have this really nice birthday bash, or, you know, I'm going on this really important like date or whatever. I really want to impress this person. I need to get my makeup done. That person might remember like, oh, Lioncourt studio, hey, you should check that out. I saw it advertised on the back of somebody's car. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna have to do all of that. So the website stuff, the social media stuff, the tax stuff and keeping up with the financial stuff, the networking stuff, the in-person stuff, all of that is a ton of work, y'all. But that's literally what it takes in order to create a successful business. That's literally what it takes sometimes. Some people are lucky and they don't have to do all that, but I'm not gonna sit here and try to find out if I'm one of those lucky people. Like all that's a lot of work and all that is a lot of time. And I feel like a lot of people don't get that. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't get that. When I said I'm super busy doing stuff for Lioncourt Studio, they're like, oh, do you have a client? Are you doing somebody's makeup? No. And they just kind of look at me like they don't know what I'm talking about. And it's like, there's so many other things to do than besides doing people's makeup. And I think the reason why people don't get it is because obviously if they've never tried to have their own business, then, you know, I guess they just wouldn't know. But then also, like, most small businesses fail. And because a lot of people try to use it as like a get rich quick type of deal, and you know, that never really works out. A lot of people are impatient. A lot of people want that instant, you know, validation, and it just does not work that way most of the time, you know, when you're starting a business. So it can take up to 5 years for your business to, you know, take off and start to be successful. It takes years sometimes before you can even see a profit, meaning it can take years for you to make more money than what you've spent on trying to start your business, you know. But like, and I understand that, and that's why I'm not giving up. And I told myself, like, I have to do this for a minimum of 5 years. I have to do this for a minimum of 5 years. That is my commitment. That is my commitment. So the foundation that I used was the Huda Beauty Easy Blur. I love it. I love it. I love it. The color that I use is Latte 300 Neutral. I'm just bronzing up my face. The powder that I used, like under my eyes and stuff, is the One Size Turn Up the Base. It's a foundation powder, and I used Fair 4, and this is also a neutral. So the reason why I use a powder instead of concealer is because, hey, I'm trying to have a conversation here. Anyway, is because like this isn't an oily area, and not only is this an oily area, it is humid outside, and I feel like using a powder is better than using a concealer or another foundation. So yeah, you can definitely mix powder, well, not mix, but you can definitely use powder foundations and liquid / cream foundations on your face at the same time. We're not doing that. I'm trying to have a conversation. Okay, what else? But yeah, like, it's a lot that has to be done when it comes to this business. And on top of that, I have a child. I've been a stay-at-home mom since he's been born, and I'm gonna have to find childcare. So yeah, on top of everything that I just described, I still have other responsibilities. I still have to take care of myself. I still have to take care of my son. I still have, you know, I have personal responsibilities, other things going on in my personal life. I'm in the process of moving right now. Like, you know, so yeah, like, it's a lot of time and effort. It's a lot of like staying up late and stuff like that. And it's really like nerve-wracking to me to know that I'm gonna have to find, you know, childcare. Because as much as I enjoy, you know, being a stay-at-home mom, I really want to follow my dreams and pursue something because, you know, eventually he's gonna go to school. What am I gonna do while he's at school? Eventually, like, he's gonna get a little bit older and become more independent, and he's gonna be able to do a lot of things for himself, and he's gonna wanna, you know, spend time with friends instead of spending time with me. So it's just like, by the time that happens, then what? You know what I mean? That's why you kind of have to be careful with, you know, being a stay-at-home mom, because over time your child is gonna become less and less dependent on you, which is how it's supposed to be, and then you're just gonna be left with nothing. You know what I mean? You have to build something for yourself, or at the very least have like a hobby or just something, you know what I mean? Because if your entire life and personality is just about being a stay-at-home mom, once you don't have to perform those duties anymore, who are you? You know what I mean? So yeah, that's like a big reason why I'm doing this. Okay. My makeup looks so good. You can't really see it that well because I'm not doing camera makeup. I'm doing makeup for real life. But my face is very softly bronzed. I have a really soft blush, soft highlight. This is almost like a little soft glam moment. Okay. Lashes. Lashes, lashes. Let me just go ahead and use these little lashes, I think. I want to look how curly they are. These are like really curly. I'll just go ahead and use them. I know somebody whose dream is to become a stay-at-home mom, you know, and that's all she wants to do. And she doesn't have any ambitions, no goals, no self-improvement goals, like literally nothing. She barely has any hobbies. All she wants to do is be a stay-at-home mom. And that's really great for the first, maybe for the first 10 years. But after that, then what? What's she gonna do after that? You know what I mean? Like, if you're a stay-at-home mom, you're not gonna be a stay-at-home mom forever. Like, eventually the kid's gonna grow up. Like, what are you gonna do for yourself when that time comes?